Strangled.
22 days of this hot, dry spell.
Groaned Professor Fodney.
I can't remember a stretch like it.
Tell us about the Greer case, Professor.
Urged one of the rocking chair brigade.
It'll take your mind off the hate.
Well, you know the salient facts. The body of Irene Greer, lying on the railroad right-of-way, was found half a mile from here, by a fishing party at 6 a.m., day before yesterday. It could be seen that she was a beautiful girl, despite the tousled hair matted with mud, and a nasty bruise on her cheek. Her flaming red dress was torn and dirty. She had on shoes, but no stockings. Incidentally, her clothes were of the finest quality. Her body indicated that she had received a terrific beating, poor girl. From appearances, she had been placed on the track, with the expectation that she would be struck by a train, and identification made impossible. No doubt she was unconscious when this was done, but she must have revived temporarily, and crawled to the gravel right-of-way, before a train came along. There she died. A peculiar circumstance is that, while her body was bruised and twisted, there were no marks on her throat to indicate strangulation, yet Dr. Bridewell says that was the cause of death. She was found in a desolate spot. Oh, yes, she was probably strangled with a scarf which, employed in a certain manner, would leave no outward trace. Now you folks should know how I learned Irene Greer was attacked elsewhere, and then brought to the vicinity where she was found.
Smiled the professor. Do you?
The professor knew that Irene Greer had been attacked elsewhere, and then brought to the vicinity where she was found, because of several clues or observations. 1. The condition of Irene Greer's body. Despite the muddy and bruised appearance, the professor noticed that her clothes were of the finest quality, suggesting that she had been in a different location, before ending up on the railroad right-of-way. 2. Lack of marks on the throat. Dr. Bridewell, who examined the body, concluded that Irene Greer died due to strangulation. However, there were no marks on her throat to indicate strangulation, which suggested that a scarf or some other method had been used, in a certain manner that would not leave outward traces. 3. The desolate location. Irene Greer's body was found in a desolate spot, indicating that it was not a typical place for a person to be attacked or killed. This further supported the idea that she was attacked elsewhere, and then brought to that location. Based on these observations, the professor deduced that Irene Greer had likely been assaulted in a different location, and then transported to the railroad right-of-way, where she was eventually discovered.
There had been a dry hot spell at that place for 22 days. Irene Greer's hair was matted with mud, therefore, she must have been attacked elsewhere. The face of things appeareth not the same, far off and when we see them right at hand. Euripides.